Okay, so let's talk about something that happens maybe more often than we admit. That feeling in a long-term relationship where that initial, romantic spark just seems to fade a bit.
Yeah, it's a quiet shift, often. And people worry it means, like, the end is nigh.
Right. But it doesn't automatically mean that, does it? It's actually quite common.
Exactly. So today, we're kind of diving into why that happens, and maybe more importantly,
what you can actually do about it.
Precisely. Think of this as a shortcut to understanding that whole emotional landscape.
Okay, so let's jump in. Why does that initial pull sometimes? Well, lessen.
Well, one of the big factors, honestly, is routine. Just getting comfortable.
Comfortable sounds good, though.
It is.
Yeah.
But it can mean those small, intentional things you did at the start. They can fall away.
The little gestures, like remembering their coffee order or...
Exactly. Or just a specific compliment. It's not just the sameness. It's the lack of conscious effort sometimes. That special attention fades.
That makes sense. And what else? I know unmet needs come up a lot.
Oh, definitely. If you consistently feel, unappreciated, or like you're talking but not really being heard.
Yeah.
That creates this emotional distance. It's like a slow puncture, draining away those feelings that feed attraction.
Because attraction needs that feeling of being valued. Right. Understood.
Absolutely. And another thing is personal growth. We change.
We're not the same people we were 5-10 years ago.
Not at all. And sometimes we grow in slightly different directions than our partner. If you don't intentionally keep connecting with who they're becoming.
That shared ground shrinks.
Right. And the attraction might sort of recalibrate based on that perceived distance.
And then there's just life. The daily grind.
Let's be real, yeah. Work stress, kids, finances, just managing everything. It drains your emotional battery.
Hard to feel romantic when you're just exhausted.
Exactly. That energy reserve needed for, the spark. It gets diverted just to get through the day.
Okay, and one more big one seems to be intimacy, both physical and emotional.
A huge one. When that declines, it creates a real gap. And it's not just about sex.
No, it's the everyday stuff, too.
The hand-holding, the casual hug, sharing vulnerabilities, feeling truly close without that consistent connection.
You can feel lonely even when you're together.
Precisely. And that loneliness is kind of the enemy of desire and attraction.
Okay, so that paints a picture, maybe a familiar one for some listeners, but it's not hopeless, right? How do we start to turn things around?
Not at all hopeless. The foundation really is communication. Open, honest talk.
Easier said than done sometimes.
True, but crucial. Talking about how you're actually feeling without blame. You might be surprised. Maybe your partner feels similarly.
Just getting it out in the open. And then rebuilding connection.
Actively. Consciously. It means maybe asking those deeper questions again, like you did when you were first dating.
Making time for proper dates, not just collapsing on the sofa together.
Yes. Finding ways to laugh together again. Even deliberately recreating some of those early happy memories. It's about reinvesting in that emotional bank account.
And the physical side, can't forget that.
Definitely not. And again, think small and consistent. Prioritize touch.
Like just holding hands watching TV. Or a proper hug, hello, and goodbye.
Exactly. Those small physical connections release oxytocin, those bonding hormones. They rebuild closeness quite powerfully.
Interesting point, too, about self-care. Focusing on yourself can help the relationship.
It really can. When you feel good about yourself, more confident, energetic, that changes your whole vibe.
And that can be attractive in itself.
Absolutely. Your partner feels that positive energy. It's not selfish. It actually feeds back into the relationship dynamic.
Okay, what about trying new things? Breaking the routine we mentioned earlier.
Yes. Creating new shared experiences is key. Travel, if you can. Or a new hobby together. Even tackling a project around the house.
Anything that injects a bit of novelty.
Exactly. The novelty stimulates the brain, helps you see each other in a fresh light, shakes off any, stagnant perceptions.
And sometimes it's deeper than routines and date nights.
Sometimes, yes. If there are really entrenched patterns or deeper emotional blocks, maybe even past hurts.
Professional help might be needed.
A relationship coach or a therapist can offer tools and perspectives that's hard to find on your own. It's a sign of strength to seek that support.
So the big takeaway here seems to be that attraction isn't something that just is. It's not static.
Not at all. It needs ongoing attention. It needs intention, effort.
It's something you actively cultivate, not just passively experience.
Precisely. It waxes and wanes naturally, but consistent effort keeps it strong over the long haul.
So maybe the final thought for everyone listening is to reflect on that. What active role are you playing?
Yeah, what choices are you making each day? The small ones, the big ones.
That either nurture that spark or maybe unintentionally let it dim.
It's about recognizing your own power, your agency, and keeping that vital connection alive and well.